Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here, and in today's video, I can't wait to show you guys my newest gaming pickups. I have got a bunch of just really cool stuff I can't wait to show you. But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing. With that said, let's check out these games. So the first thing I want to show you guys is two PlayStation 3 titles that I picked up at my local GameStop. They definitely do not have this stuff out on the floor anymore. This was something that they had showed me was in the drawer behind the counter. Really cool that they let me look through that stuff to see if there's anything that I want before they actually send it off to, be sold for online orders and that kind of stuff. And they're both great games. I have both of these on the Nintendo Switch already, and when I seen them for PlayStation 3, I had to grab them. The first one being Diablo 3, the Ultimate Evil Edition. Just such an awesome game, a lot of fun, especially co-op or whatever. I'm always trying to build out my PlayStation 3 collection. These days I don't really see a ton of these games anymore, so I had to grab this and the next one. Unfortunately, this one is missing the manual, but that's okay. Who knows really if there was a manual, but maybe PS3 there probably was. This next one does have a manual and is complete. It is actually an Atlas title, and that is Catherine. They did come out with Catherine, the full body edition on the Nintendo Switch, like I said, which I do have. But when I seen this for PlayStation 3, where it originally came out, I had to pick this up. So really cool. These are both in really nice condition. That was another deciding factor on me grabbing these games. But yeah, had to grab these. Cool to see that GameStop still has a couple of these games, even if they're kind of hidden. Alright, so the next one, I also got at my local GameStop a pre-owned copy of a 3DS game, which if you've seen prices of 3DS games, they are really starting to rise, which I guess isn't a shock considering the Wii U and the 3DS eShop are coming to a close here very soon, and that is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Now, I do already own this on the 3DS, but I have the Nintendo Selects version of the game. I didn't have the original release, so I did want to own this and have this in my collection. Now, unfortunately, it does not have a manual, which I don't know if this game did have a manual. It may have, or it may have just had that little white, sheet inside there or whatever. Regardless, like I said, this isn't complete, but I really wanted to have this original artwork of the game, so had to grab this, especially at a retail price, because like I said, these prices are definitely on the rise. The next one is one I didn't even know about at all. This was something that was just not on my radar, and my good buddy Dan from my local GameStop shot me a text with a picture of this a day before it came out, and that is the Min Min Amiibo for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Really cool that Nintendo's still putting these out. I'll be grabbing each one of these until, whatever, they're done. You don't see a lot of Amiibo releases anymore, but figure at the very least that they're going to keep coming out with these until they have released all of the Smash Brothers Ultimate DLC characters. And man, am I looking forward to a couple of them. Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Sephiroth from Final Fantasy 7. Those are the two that I just cannot wait to get my hands on. But the other ones all cool. Minecraft Steve, the guy from Tekken, I can't think of his name right now, and Sora from Kingdom Hearts. So absolutely awesome that they finally released another Amiibo. It's been a while, that's for sure. Alright, so moving on, I've got a stack of Nintendo Switch games here. Gotta, show some Switch love. It was recent that I hit over 400 physical Nintendo Switch games, which by far is my biggest games library. It's absolutely just massive. How many games are on this console? It's crazy. I mean, there's just so many. And the coolest thing is, different collectors for Nintendo Switch, you look at their collections and they're just got so many different games than the other person. It's wild to see, but very cool. So the first one, I actually found out they had a physical version through my buddy Steve Craig. Now that is Hypno Outlaw. This was a game that was on Xbox Games Pass. It probably still is, but yeah, very unique, an indie title, and it basically shows off some like the 90s style internet, kind of like that you browse through and stuff, and you know, that's pretty much how the gameplay goes down. I don't know if you can see on the back there. Maybe I'll throw up some gameplay footage just so you guys can kind of see what this game looks like and stuff. But yeah, definitely unique, and I had to grab this for the Switch. The next one here is just one that I always wanted on the Nintendo Switch. I have this game on the PlayStation 5, and that is Tormented Souls. Such a great game, going back to that old school Resident Evil survival horror with the fixed cameras. You know, it's something we really don't see much anymore, so it was very cool to see that they made a game based on that idea and really, you know, live up to that style of a game. Just, you know, with HD graphics and everything, so the modernizations are definitely very welcome. But yeah, really, really cool, and glad to have Tormented Souls on Nintendo Switch. The next one I actually own on the PlayStation 4. I bought this game when it first released. This is an Atlas title as well, and you know, it's also done by Vanillaware, and they have just done a bunch of awesome games through the years. So I had to get this on PS4 and had to get it on Nintendo Switch, and that is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Now this game actually comes with some bonus goodies. It has some like some cards in the case. Yeah, bonus art cards. That's what's on that little blue sticker there. So yeah, really cool. I mean, this game's more story driven and stuff, and just has an excellent artwork to it. I mean, all Vanillaware games just look great. But yeah, had to own this guy. And the next one here is another one that, you know, was reminded to me by my good buddy Steve Craig. Now he told me he picked up one of these games, and I thought I had it. I had to actually look through my games. Now recently I had picked up one in this series basically, but it was actually a different one. And that is Atelier Ryza 2 and the Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy. Now the Atelier games, there's a ton of these, so that's why I was like, man, maybe I own that already. So I had to look, but I actually, yeah, got a different one, an Alchemist one. So yeah, wanted to grab this. Actually, I remember when this released, I did want to pick it up, but I could not find a copy of it. So I just went on Amazon and ordered one, and it came the next day. So absolutely awesome, and glad to have that one. And the next one is another JRPG. Absolutely love them. And this is Neptunian Senran Kagura Ninja Wars. That's a lot of stuff to say, but yeah, awesome art art in this game. And, you know, just love these JRPGs. I used to never really play these a whole lot, but over the years I've just kind of gotten addicted to them. Just the gameplay, the artwork, the stories, I mean, just really, really cool. And you know, these wind up being very uncommon games down the road, or some of them just rare, because you know, it's kind of a niche following. So had to pick this guy up. And this next one, I don't know much about it. It was put out by Idea Factory, so I wanted to grab it. It's another, you know, on the JRPG kind of style. I'm not sure if it's, you know, what the gameplay is. I know it's very story based, and that is Death End Request 2. This is a game, like I said, I don't know much about, but it looked cool and I wanted to pick it up. Definitely a nice art style there. So had to add that guy. And this next one, I actually back on Limited Run site a while ago, you know, they had a bunch of games all at once that I wanted to get, and you know, you can only get so many because they cost a lot. It all adds up very quick with shipping. So I had to, you know, choose the ones and sacrifice others. And this was one that was sacrificed, but it always bothered me. that I couldn't grab it because it just didn't have the money at that time. So I seen that Best Buy was still selling this game and I had to grab it, and that is Double Dragon 4. And this is going back to the NES style of Double Dragon games, and I just really wanted to own this. At the time I did pick up Double Dragon Neon. Just because it was a higher rated game. That's the only reason I got that one over this one. Even though I really wanted this one because I love that NES style from being a fan of Double Dragon and Double Dragon 2 on the NES. But yeah, finally have added this guy to the collection, so I'm pretty happy about that. And this next one is another one I ordered. Well, this one I ordered directly from Limited Run Games, and this was probably a year ago considering how long it's been taking them to ship games. And that is Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol. Definitely had to pick this game up. Now, if you would get like the original cartridges on Super Nintendo, they're going to be pricey. But Limited Run did do a re-release of the old school games on Super Nintendo, I believe, maybe Sega Genesis, maybe both. I can't remember exactly, but it was really cool that they did that. And this actually came with, besides the art card, it came with a pair of old school 3D glasses, which I thought was really, really cool. Now, I knew that this was something that was in like the collector's edition, but I didn't know they were just going to send these with the regular release. Maybe because they're so cheap or whatever, they just tossed them in. But yeah, really happy to add that guy to the collection. And now this is one I absolutely had to get. It was kind of hard not to. I did have this pre-ordered, and that is the Nintendo Switch Sports. Going back to the Nintendo Wii days, it's just, obvious that this game was eventually going to come to Nintendo Switch. And, I had to pick up an extra leg strap. Even though there is a leg strap in this box, I believe. I think that was the whole deal with the big box. It was a little bit extra. But this was only like $10, and it's like, yeah, whatever. More of an impulse buy, but really, really cool to, have this on the Nintendo Switch. And it's really funny because this game has the music from the original Wii Sports game, which is pretty awesome. Now, it's, in my opinion, not a complete game because they're going to be adding content to this later through like download DLC kind of stuff. I believe it's free, but still it's like, why didn't you just put that on the cartridge, like the golf? That's something that's coming later. And who knows, there'll probably be other stuff. But regardless, I had to pick this up just because, man, Wii Sports just, I mean, man, it was Wii Sports. Everybody pretty much knows Wii Sports. Okay, so getting into some Wii U games. Man, I've been grabbing a lot of Wii U games, trying to bulk up that collection. I'm slowly working towards a full North American set. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, but I think it looks like I'm probably doing it. So I wanted to grab some more titles. That this first one is actually one that I already own different versions of this game, but I didn't own the standalone release, which was probably the original release, and that is New Super Mario Bros. U. I have 2 copies of the green box, the Luigi U one. And then I also have one that's the New Super Mario Bros. U with the Luigi U included, but I didn't have the standalone, just New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. This game had a ton of freaking releases, then got released on Nintendo Switch, which I also own. But yeah, had to grab this, just because it probably counts as its own release, I'd imagine. I don't know. I never looked into it, but still, I just wanted to have this variant. And the next one I actually ordered, this is a sealed game, and that is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Definitely had to pick this up. Now I still need to grab The Amazing Spider-Man 1, but yeah, there's still quite a few games I need on the Wii U yet, so we're working there one at a time. Or in this case, 5 at a time, because I have 5 here. The next one is one I've been looking at for a while. I almost picked it up a million times. I wish I would have, because man, the price of this game has really risen, and I'm sure it's just going to keep going up. And that is Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Just awesome. Tekken's great, and you know, that's why I wanted to pick it up a few times, but for whatever reason I didn't have the money. I was getting other stuff, or maybe it wasn't a complete copy. But yeah, I wish I wouldn't have waited till now, but I finally do have this game. The next one, I wish I never would have waited on. When I wanted to get this one, I wouldn't find it. But, you know, like in the beginning, I'd see it and I'm like, I'll just get it later. I'll get it later. Well, it disappeared then, and I never seen it again. And now the price definitely went up quite a bit. And that is the SteamWorld Collection. And these games are honestly just fantastic. I do love the SteamWorld Dig. And let's see, we got SteamWorld Heist. So both, two games on here, both great games. I love the Dig series. Second one's on Nintendo Switch. Physically, just an absolute banger of a game. Actually, I believe this collection's on Switch, and that one is also worth quite a bit at this point. I wish I would have picked that one up on Switch too, but I didn't. And at least I got a copy now. And this last one is by far the most expensive out of all these. It's, not even like the craziest game or anything. It's just, I wish I would have listened to my buddy Steve Craig a long time ago when he picked this up and told me that this was going to be one that is going to be crazy expensive. And, I had to get it if I'm going to get this, collection, and figured I'd get it now, knock some of the most expensive titles off. This being probably the next most expensive title next to Devil's Third. So I picked up a sealed copy of the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. So yeah, definitely glad I knocked this one off the list. I'm not like the coolest game or whatever. I mean, I do have this game, I think digitally on Xbox maybe or something. But yeah, for Wii U, if you want this, man, get it now because it's expensive and it's only going up. This one actually has a very minor defect in the sealed copy, so I was able to get this for, wow, like $150 cheaper. Like at the same price that a complete unboxed copy was, which was even just blew my mind how much that was. But yeah, it has a little like just weird piece of plastic. You probably can't even see it, but up in the top right hand corner, I do have a protector on this, but under the seal there's just like a little piece of plastic that's just not like great. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, and I just didn't care. It was so small and just it didn't matter to me. I mean, especially for the game, I just wanted to own it to work on this collection. So there we go. Book of Unwritten Tales 2. Definitely expensive. If you're going for a set of these, pick that game up now, or you will regret it, and you'll probably regret it now even if you pay that much to get it. And you'll know what I mean when you look up the price. Okay, so I have got just a couple more things I want to show you, and this is something really, really cool. Again, my buddy Steve Craig threw me a bone on this one. This is something that I've always wanted one of these. I don't even believe I've ever held one. But first, it is a system, but I got shipped some games with it. It came as a bundle. I didn't even know that all this stuff was coming. It wasn't even listed. To my knowledge, I don't think so anyway. But I got a Game Boy Advance Micro, and this is, basically complete in box. Now it is missing the little ejector that you eject the face plates off, but I just used a paper clip and put it in the little holes to pop the front cover off to change the covers. Originally I had that orange one on there. I actually put that camo one on because I had this thing out and I was playing it, testing it and all that stuff. My son was playing it. Really, really nice screen on this. Really bright. It's just like makes me realize how much I need a Game Boy Advance SP that has the upgraded screen. I put this next to my other SP original models, and man, it just blows it away as far as what the screen looks like. Even though this one's smaller, it looks better. But yeah, really happy to finally own a Game Boy Micro. Just super cool, and especially to have this in the box with pretty much everything, all the paperwork, manuals, all that stuff. Only just missing that one little thing, but this did also come with this little case to put the micro in, so if you want to clip it on your belt or pocket or whatever, you can actually travel around with it, which I probably will not be doing because these things aren't really that cheap. And I want to keep this thing really nice anyway. But it came with a handful of loose cartridges here. So I'll just show you. I mean, this was just thrown in. Probably selling it in just a little collection. Maybe they got this for like their kid, or maybe this was a kid that grew up and just wanted to get rid of it. The first one is Lego, let's see, Lego Island 2. I can't really read the rest of it, but Lego Island 2. Cat in the Hat. Nothing, you know, fantastic there. This next one I already do own, but regardless, it's a good game, and that is Namco Museum. This has like Miss Pac-Man, Pole Position, Dig Dug, Galaga, and Galaxius on it. So yeah, really, really cool. And the next one is Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. So absolutely awesome. I believe I have the prequel trilogy games. Maybe I do have this one, I don't know, but regardless, that's really, really cool. And this last one out of the bunch is my absolute favorite. Really happy that this came with it. This was the game that I actually used to test it after I cleaned the game, of course, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog, the original one. And as far as Sonic games, this is my absolute favorite because this is the one that I played as a kid the most. And you know, right when this game came out, it has a lot of you know, nostalgia and just good memories for me tied behind this game. And yeah, really, really cool. Happy to have that for the Game Boy Advance. But yeah, really, really excited to be owning a Game Boy Micro. Really, really cool. Now, if I could just get the Super Famicom one complete, which really went crazy in price. I wish I would have got that one years ago when I looked at it, bid on it. I wish I would have got those bids, but or won those auctions, but I didn't. But yeah, guys, those are my pickups. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Till next time.